So right now, as you can see, there was a lot of wonderful films that a lot of our local talent has produced. And I'm so happy that friends and family and everyone are here for them. But right now, filmmakers, if you're here, I want to invite you up. Let's meet you. Don't be shy. Come on up here. And we're going to have a little Q&A session. Come on in. Oh yes, cast and crews invited us. Please. Cast and crew. Go ahead and scoot on down this way. Scoot on down this way. Over here. Scoot down. All right, very good. All right, let's see. Who's behind the microphone? Is it Ralph or Ryan? There's a microphone right there. Can you grab that microphone? All right, so
Hello.
Ralph, that is your half right there. So you guys will be passing that mic back and forth. I'll be passing this one right here back for you guys. These are wired, so they're not wireless. But anyway, go ahead and start with Ryan over here. So everyone, please introduce yourself, who you are, and which film was yours.
I'm Ryan Rocks. I'm the writer and director of Shipping Them.
My name is Tony Ramirez. I was construction worker #1 in Nova.
Hello, my name is Rafael Gonzalez. I was writer-director of Nova.
I'm Jaime Blanco. I'm Jaime Blanco. I'm the director of photography for Nova.
Hello, I'm Ryan Ramsey. I'm one of the producers of Grace.
Hi, Diego Lopez. I'm writer-director of Grace.
Diego Rico, US&I writer-director.
Tiffany Del Giudice, I was the production designer and the special effects and the costumer. And yeah, and I acted too. Yes.
Hi, I'm Lexi Daly. I co-produced the Film Cafe, and our director couldn't make it today, but that's Josh Polito.
Hello, my name is Josiah Daniel Solis, and I'm the writer and director of the first film of Brief Silence.
All right, now that you've all introduced yourselves, again, you guys are all local filmmakers and cast members. Every year, this shorts program just gets stronger and stronger, and it gets so much more unique. You guys become so much more creative, and I'm so happy to be able to share this with all of you. So I want to go ahead and open it up to the audience here. I know friends and family are here, so you know that they're going to be asking questions. We know you have questions because there's a lot of secrets to making these movies, and so I want to open it up. Who would like to take the first question? Yes, sir.
I have a question for the producer of the Film Cafe.
The Film Cafe.
Is that like a real place here in El Paso, or?
Is the Film Cafe a real place?
Oh, so the funny story about that is we named the project before the actual Film Cafe opened up in El Paso. So it is a real place located in El Paso, which is really, really neat.
How did you get Greg Santero?
Oh, okay. So Greg is a friend of our directors. So he was kind enough to make a cameo in our project, and we will also be filming a movie for him in January. So.
Well, we don't know yet, but we'll let you know. But yeah, if you guys don't know who Greg Sestero is, he is the producer, actor in The Room, but he also wrote a book called The Disaster Artist, which became an Academy Award-winning film with James Franco, who is Tommy Wiseau. So if you were curious about that connection. He comes to El Paso every once in a while. He loves it here for some reason. Anyone else? One more question? Yes, back there.
This is for Miss Tiffany. Was that your art studio that you had all that art that you created for this actual film?
Was that your art studio?
Yeah, cool. It kind of is a place that I have painted out of, and for the script, I brought everything in and made it like what had happened to every artist during the initial lockdown of everything. We were just surrounded by our work, and it just kind of became my place where I stayed. So yeah, I painted for the script to make it all the faces, all the images that you see there for the movie. So I made it. So, does that answer your question, Liz?
One more question.
Yes.
The art that you're laying on, what are those words? I saw a couple of words, but I couldn't pick them out.
That's okay. You know what? That was a large loose canvas, and I wrote down words that were concepts that, you know, when you think of something, what are the concepts you think of? You know, the pandemic, mask, you know, immunization. You know, there were swear words and stuff like that, and suggestions, and a lot of different ideas. All of those concepts, I just stood there and processed that. What are the things we think of? You know, stay away, 6 feet away, and all this. So yeah, that was created to kind of tell that weirdness inside as an artist, and all the concepts that were going around in every individual, you know, in this world. So does that answer the question, Liz?
Yes, I was trying to read the words and watch your face at the same time, because I didn't want to miss anything. So, yeah, that answers my question.
Yeah, like I just can't start rhyming off the words though, because. But yes, thank you.
Yes, back there.
Hi. What was your inspiration for each of your films?
Oh, so what's inspiration?
Yeah. So the inspiration for A Brief Silence was the cancer battle of my own mother, Sandra A. Stewart, who passed away just a few months prior to principal photography for A Brief Silence. So, and also wanting to touch and show a different side to what many minority communities face, especially those who are first gen, those who are the first in their family to go into college but may have some home life, familial responsibilities to attend to. For the film, in the film's case, it's the mother whose cancer has returned. So I wanted to show that real life look at what many people go through behind the scenes of attaining certain goals and dreams. So that is the influence behind A Brief Silence.
Oh, it's very nice. For the film cafe, we went about it to make a demo reel. So it kind of has different genres in it, and we can just show people like, yeah, if we did something like this, like a memoir, this gives you an idea what it might look like. So, yeah.
It was a picture of a tree, and I just remember seeing it, and I thought it would like be cool if it blinked. And then I thought like I had to come up with a story to back that up. And then I met Tiffany last year at the film festival, and I saw her art, and then it just took off, and that's how we got to where we to our short film.
I directed Grace. Grace is about the life of the first black female POW in the history of the United States. Her name is Shoshana Johnson. I met her, I think, a little over 2 years ago, and her story really inspired me. What really captivated me was that I hadn't heard of her, or if I had, I really didn't remember, but a lot of people don't remember who she is. And I think that that's a very strong injustice, that she, you know, not a lot of people know who she is. And the fact that she lives such a graceful life nowadays, because when I met her, she was so graceful and such a beautiful person. She inspired me to tell her story, because I think that we need more heroes in our lives and people like that to look up to. So I'd like to continue to tell her story, and the reason that we made the short film was so that we could potentially sell a bigger project where we tell the full story, because there's hours and hours and a lot more stuff that wasn't told in our film. So that was my inspiration. Shoshana Johnson, unfortunately she couldn't make it today, but she's a true American hero, and I would like for her name to be a household name in the future.
So for Nova, it was kind of weird because I really didn't have like a structure at first. I just knew I wanted to make a story, and I just wanted to be I wanted to be sci-fi. It was like a couple of months into the process of thinking. It was the thing that really kicked off was this movie called Mandy, by the one with Nicolas Cage in it. There was just this image of this couple like in bed, where like it was just them, and it was like them, like it was like they were like colored in purple, and around them was just like this this nebula like of blues and pinks around them, and that was really like the catalyst of what Nova was going to be. So it literally just kind of started with that image, and then because I love sci-fi, I just wanted like, okay, so like make it about androids and stuff like that, and really just kind of kept it simple, because this is really my first film that I ever directed and written, and the big thanks to Robert right there. He helped me throughout the entire process, and so yeah, I mean, that was basically like just a really like thoughtful, long process, and thank you for Jaime right here for helping me take that vision to fruition.
During the pandemic, I discovered my gender identity as non-binary, and it took seeing people in media being brave and open about themselves for me to see that. And so I wanted to make a story that I hadn't seen growing up, that maybe if I had, I would have known who I was a lot earlier. And so, yeah.
All great stories and all great inspirations. That's why I love you guys so much. Anyone else? Yes, right here.
For the producers of Grace, you mentioned you have a larger project in mind, but I was super blown away by how much you were able to pack into just those 15 minutes. And I'm curious what made you decide on that kind of revolving storyline as opposed to something more linear?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Ryan was actually really helpful in trying to kind of help me formulate what to fit into the actual script, because if you read Shoshana's book and if you talk to her about her story, there's so much that happened. For me personally, I've always been very interested in PTSD. I'm currently working on another project that centers around PTSD, which kind of also influenced me to tell Shoshana's story. So the goal for my project was to kind of create something that would potentially give the audience some kind of PTSD, so that we could attempt to relate to what she was feeling. So that's why the non-linear aspect of the film is the way it is, because if you talk to anyone who's had severe trauma, or I'm sure everyone here has had their own traumas, if you remember any kind of trauma, the ideas seem to never be linear, or at least in my experience, they kind of meld together in certain aspects. So that was the decision behind kind of making it non-linear and kind of bouncing around, so that it would give the idea of PTSD and like not really knowing what's going on inside of your brain. So I wanted to try and have the audience feel that a little bit, so that maybe we could cause an impact.
What happened after 9/11 and how she probably joined, I'm assuming, the military after this happened. And you know, it's good for you to open people's eyes, because all of us that are older remember the day, remember the time, we remember when they were prisoners of war and when they were brought back to America. So that was a beautiful story. Thank you.
Someone's gonna have a question here. Yes, right there.
Where can we follow your work?
Where can we follow your work, or how can we see your work? Because of course this is a film festival, you guys aren't connecting, but yeah, what are your plans to show like the Film Cafe, US&I? What's the plan for everything?
Oh, actually.
And yours too.
On YouTube or Film Freeway or Vimeo is where you can find us at Josiah D. Solis.
I think the easiest place to keep up with us is on Instagram, and it's just Gyro Studios.
Tiff Art Stuff on Instagram.
I'm not active on Instagram, but we're going to be showing our movie at the New York Psychedelic Film Festival, so it'll be there in October. And I'll start getting an Instagram. I'll start posting. I have an Instagram.
My Instagram is EOLUMPAS, Eolumpas, and also Grace the Movie. That's where we'll film stuff, and there's a bunch of behind the scenes. So you can go to Grace the Movie and Eolumpas, and we'll be showing in Los Angeles at the Venice Film Festival, I think in December. I think LA Indies Film Festival as well. Hopefully some other ones. So, yeah.
You can follow us at Double Scope Films on Instagram or Facebook. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook as J Music.
You can follow me on Ralph Lothbrook on Instagram, and then you can also follow Tower Productions on Instagram and Facebook. They're the ones who helped co-produced Nova with us.
You can find me at Tony Ramirez Music, Instagram.
You can follow me on Instagram. I'm Ryan Rocks with an X.
Any other questions? Okay, if not, I'm going to go ahead and conclude the showcase, but I want to thank you guys again. I'm so always amazed by the work that's done here with local filmmakers. I'm always gearing up to see what other films you're going to come up with next, because I think it's really important that you guys continue to be so creative. And I hope that this festival has served as a beacon where you guys can come together and network with each other, work with each other, because one of the things that always makes this festival bigger is the fact that so many of you get to meet each other, because so many of you work on other projects together, and then those projects all come together. That's how I've met people like Diego, Tiffany, Jaime, Ralph, Ryan. I've worked with like so many of these people, and they just continue to blow me away with their creativity. And I love it because we're able to put on this festival for you, all of you. So I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Keep making movies, but most of all, importantly, network with everyone. I know there are filmmakers in the audience as well. Come talk to all of these filmmakers. There's maybe that project that you haven't quite started yet and you want to get it off the ground. I'm sure some filmmakers in here are going to say, yeah, let's collaborate, let's do something together. So with that, I want to thank you guys. Round of applause one more time for all these filmmakers. So it's early on in the afternoon. There's plenty more to do here at the El Paso Film Festival. Stay tuned. In this room, we're going to have the student